Hello and welcome to a new video. This time we are doing our second tier list for Project Epoch, the upcoming Classic Plus private server. And this time my mate Shielder and me, we will only talk about solo efficiency and after this the overall efficiency of the classes while leveling on Project Epoch. So enjoy!
Let's consider only, solo efficiency. And we'll make the tier list based on that. And after that, we'll make the tier list based on overall efficiency.
All right.
So let's move things around a bit. For now, I'm just gonna see. Okay, we agree that Warlock and Hunter are probably the most efficient two levelers.
They are absolutely efficient as solo levelers. They are the best solo levelers in the game as pet classes, for sure.
Right. And where do we put the rest then? If it just comes down to solo leveling efficiency, not dungeon grouping, just talking about how fast can you complete quests, how fast can you reach level 60.
Okay. So S tier is set for me like this. I wouldn't adjust that anymore. I would put the Druid on A+, so the best A, for sure.
Yeah, me too.
I would put the Warrior on the D, because they are just
the slowest.
They just lost
probably.
in this category.
Yeah.
I would put the Rogue on C tier, maybe.
I'd actually put the Rogue above the Priest. Because
above the Priest on A tier?
Yeah, I'd put because when it comes to, leveling efficiency, I think the Priest is quite slow. Like, how fast can you down a mob and move to the next mob?
But you can do everything on yourself. You're able to do elite mobs as a priest, pretty sure. As a smite priest. Not pretty sure, it's just theory, but I think they can do it.
Interesting. I'd say at least... I'd say at least I think Rogue are quite fast levelers. I think they're going to, especially with the changes here on Epoch, I think they're going to kill mobs really, really fast, and they'll be very effective at completing quests. I do think that they're stronger
as you
on
have
Paladin.
cooldowns, right? Sorry.
No, I think even without, I just think basically playing a Rogue just as you would play a Warrior, running around, not even having to use stealth, only using stealth when it suits you, when it's a quest that actually you can complete the quest faster if you use stealth. The other times I'd just be running around as a warrior, running from mob to mob and killing, completing quests, stuff like that.
I mean, if you take speed in consideration, then yeah, you're maybe right. I would go to the priest and put him on B tier, because
also,
they can solo probably
as well, rogues. By the way,
the rogue, yeah. True. They are faster.
Fleet-footed, that increases your movement speed, I think, by 15%. If you go into assassination, that is, which you probably won't do until you can actually unlock mutilate. So that's some time until you get that. But it is there as a possibility. But I do think that you would be going for combat in the beginning. But I do think that they are faster than the priest for sure. I can't imagine a priest getting to 60 faster than a rogue. I cannot imagine that.
I agree with you. We can swap those two. But yeah, exactly. I think, but only because of the factor speed here, in my opinion.
Yeah. And then I think I'd probably bring up the warrior one notch, and then I'd put the mage. If it was me, I'd put the mage at the end. And I'd probably, for me at least, I'd put the druid up here. This would be in terms of just basically who levels the fastest. Who is the most effective in leveling, not considering dungeons, not considering abilities to get into group, but just getting through quests and getting through mob kills as fast as possible. I'd say something like this.
I would change the mage to A+. I would put them before shamans.
You put the mage before shaman?
Yeah. If it's only about self-efficiency without groups and stuff, the mage is also a really fast level.
I think the head start that a shaman will get, especially in the early levels, they're one of the fastest out of the gate. As soon as you get your shocks at level 10, at level 6, and you get your rock biter, you hit fast, you kill mobs fast. I don't think, even if a mage, only if the mage can AoE farm. If he can't AoE farm, if the mage can't AoE farm, I'd say he's slower than even the rogue. But if he can AoE farm, then he's up here for sure,
Yeah.
Sure.
But maybe farming,
maybe even the fastest, only if he can AoE farm.
I agree with you.
I think that if it just comes to killing mobs one at a time, I dare put the mage here. And I'd maybe put the warrior up here, because I think the warrior is actually just as fast at killing mobs as the paladin is, but he may struggle in some quests, and especially if something involves elite mobs and stuff, then he is a bit more squishy than the paladin and the priests. So
I disagree with you there. The warrior is still C tier because he has to eat so much. He has no healing at all. You have to bandage all the time.
Yeah,
you have to
true.
eat all the time. It's just taking forever.
Yeah, maybe you're right. Maybe you're right. It really depends on how strong the TPC changes is. Because at least for vanilla, I completely agree with you. But with the custom changes in here, it really depends on if you get a good weapon and if you can actually just charge from mob to mob to mob and then get the kills fast. We can agree on something similar to this or close to this when it comes to just solo leveling efficiency.
Yeah.
And then if we consider dungeon, what was my next point? Was dungeon efficiency or was it?
Yeah, dungeon efficiency or group efficiency.
Group efficiency. For group efficiency, I'd say great. Can easily get into groups. I pretty much
because
just
of
put
the tanking and healing.
Yeah, I pretty much put all classes that can either heal or tank in the upper tiers, while the rest gets the lower tiers, except for maybe mage and warlock, because they can conjure food, and warlock can summon. Rogue can't really do anything when it comes to dungeoneering. Hunter,
Yeah.
if they
I
get
would say
accepted as
warlock.
tanks, I'd put them down here.
I would also put the warlock down in the A tier here because they have the utility if it's only dungeon efficiency, but in the dungeon they are only DPS. They have health stones and summoning, but after this they only have damage. So warlock is A tier for me in this category.
Even when it comes to dungeons?
Yeah, only in dungeons, no?
Okay.
The warlock in A tier.
Oh, 80, sorry, yeah.
Yeah.
What about the
And priests?
warriors? Would he be S tier when it comes to dungeons?
No, it's A tier. It's A tier. They are worse tanks than druids and paladins, and they only bring damage afterwards. So you need tanks for sure, same as you need healers, but they are only A tier, and they are not on the top of the A tier, maybe in the middle or something like this. Yeah. Probably even after shamans, right? Because shamans bring so much to a dungeon group with Wind Fury, with all those totems.
Yeah. But do you value warlock above shaman and warrior in dungeons?
No, I would put it even lower than mage, to be honest. Yeah.
I agree. But I would probably put hunter, but it's only on one condition. If the hunter can tank, and if it's like people would actually consider the hunter as a tank, I'd put him a bit further, maybe just behind the warrior.
If they can tank, yeah, but that's a big if. We
That's
don't
a
know
very-
about.
No, yeah, true. That's a very big if. And if not, I'd still I'd maybe even put
Yeah,
them
they
down here,
don't
because
bring
they're
anything.
not really that wanted in groups, hunters. Like they don't really bring any buffs or something. They do bring only good damage mainly.
Yeah, but not even AoE damage.
Not even AoE damage, no. So I'd say if that's the case, then they're probably on par with the rogue. So this would probably be my hump for when it comes to like value in a group setting.
Yeah, I agree. Looks good to me.
I do think that shaman is great, but I still disagree slightly with you. because he can tank, and I know that tanks are probably, if not the most wanted things in a group setting. That is something that you need really, really a lot. For that reason, I'd either put him here or up in the S tier, but only for that reason.
I mean, you also need healers all the time, so shaman can heal.
Yeah,
And
very
because
true.
of this, I value them more than tanks, but probably also because I'm playing a paladin and I can always tank if no one else is tanking, but I never want to heal, so I value healers more than tanks.
I
But
see.
it's a classic.
Yeah.
Okay.
All
cool
right.
For me.
Yeah. I think, did we cover it all, or do we need to come into some other subject for the tier list?
I think it's fine for today, right?
Yeah.
Thank you very much for watching. We had a lot of fun discussing about the classes in Project Epoch and creating this tier list. Let me know what you think, what class is the best on Project Epoch for leveling, and if you found this useful, consider to like and subscribe at Shield's channel and my channel for more Project Epoch content in the future.